Hello everyone, MFPallytime here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3. This is our Grimgore Ironhide Immortal Empires campaign, and let's just say we're in a bit of a tight spot at the moment. We have war to the northeast, we have war to the north, we have war to the northwest, we have war in our central lands, we have war to the southwest, and we have war to every direction in the east as well. We did expand quite a lot early on, gobbling up all of these provinces, but it is proving difficult now that the entire world is starting to hate me. I've spent all of my money desperately trying to recruit another army here inside of the Saber Mountains. I just did this in between episodes while I was editing, just recruited this army here. That's why I wasn't here last time. It is going to take several turns before they are up and operational, though. The idea is that this army will help us defend once this one falls, because this is mostly a low-tier army heading towards the Challenge Stone. We killed Kolek in the last episode. However, close defeat, actually. Let me encircle that. However, he will resurrect, and this is his capital. If I am able to take this building, we will fulfill the requirement for our short campaign victory, and we will get a big boost to the recruitment rank of everything we recruit everywhere for the rest of our campaign. Speaking of victories, we are actually closing in on the long campaign victory as well. We are going to have to loot more settlements, but Scabby Eye only has 2 settlements left, and Belagar, our former character that we played last campaign, is currently working on his trip to the east to go after Carrick 8 Peaks. We are literally on the opposite side of the conflict here. Now, we are friends with the people that are currently holding Carrick 8 Peaks. We have a defensive alliance with the Crooked Moon, and I would like to make it a full-blown military alliance with a little extra money. I wanted some money. Yes. So we will do just that. And I do have a plan to make our southern border a little bit more secure, but that's riding on a lot of things going right. And we don't know if they will. If we look to the east, we did kill, I believe Zhao Ming is the leader of the western provinces, and we have opened up this pathway for us. We have Argor and Zok both down here with pretty okay armies, all things considered. And I'm hoping that over the next few turns, we'll be able to eliminate the Western Province faction. Originally, it was my goal to start giving territory back towards the northern provinces because they're usually one of the strongest groups in the game, and I don't want to be at war with them. I wanted to move west. That was my plan. However, things might be changing. I saw this light blue. This is Villatich up here. This light blue is a dark elf. I don't know anything about dark elves. I've never played one. I've never fought one. I may have fought one, actually. They had a Hydra, I'm pretty sure. But this guy likes me. You know why? We've been fighting the western provinces and the northern provinces non-stop. And apparently that carries a lot of weight with this dude. The Defenders of the Great Plan means my favorite Beastman tribe is alive around here somewhere as well. Hopefully that won't be a problem. But I am going to try to become friends with these Dark Elves, if only to make this area a bit more secure. So we'll do a non-aggression pact and see if they want to pay me. They want me to pay them. Yeah, sure. 280. That's fine. We'll just transfer it over from our other account. These guys are allied with the Skaven Clan Eshin in this area. Granted, these guys only have 1 settlement, but look how much that's improving now that we are friends with their friends and at war with the Heralds of Tempest. Now, we are nearing the end of our campaign. If things go well, that's a very important if. We could also lose this all at any point. If someone started advancing in these western mountains, we would lose all of that instantly. And I may not be able to hold on to our southern recruitment hub for very long, as Clan Rictus is beginning to take territory by the Black Fortress. If I lose this, we lose tens of thousands of gold invested into this, which is why originally I recruited this army down there. But if I lose this, I lose my capital, which is significantly more important to me.
Stop the wall.
You know, they say our average attention span is getting shorter and shorter and shorter, especially with you know, YouTube Shorts and TikToks being the most popular media right now. And here I am with a 5-minute recap before we even start our episode. If you guys enjoy this content, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Thank you so much for being here. I have a big surprise for you. Grimgore Ironhide is going to do a quest.
This is it, boys. Time to give this Emperor a right spanking. Me and the Immortals will lead from the front and seek out that Ponzi crown-wearing git riding his big pigeon. Marcus, Git is somewhere in that pass. A bag of teeth to the orc that finds it and hands it over. Any of you think you're gonna keep it instead, well, you'll find my boots so far up your ass, you'll be tasting squid leather until you die, which will be straight after. Anyway, let's give Gork a show. Get smashing! I want this pass filled with blood. I want the Zoomies to remember my name for years and years. Remember Grimgore!
Yes, dude, that's the kind of energy I'm excited to see. Now, it is worth mentioning that this is my very first quest battle. I got advice early on in our Total War career, which, I mean, this is only my 3rd campaign here on the internet, so we're not even that far in. But I got some advice that these quest battles were very difficult. Now, that being said, Grimgore's level 29, that guy's level 10. I think Grimgore could walk up and just straight up kill him. But there's always more than meets the eye in these. I know that for sure. Shaq attempted his quest battle during our co-op campaign, and we got obliterated. And it didn't even look like it would be that hard. Now, if Grimgore dies during this, we're going to be in a very bad spot because he was about to fight some Skaven and get them out of here. So this may be a very bad idea. I don't know. Let's start setting up. Now, we are fighting the Empire here. Another thing I have never done. Shaq played Bretonia. I don't know if they work similar to that, but it does seem like they have a lot of crossbow units, a lot of spears. Oh, yeah, this is what we're talking about. This is their leadership here. Horseback wizard in the mix of things. And this is what I wanted to look at over here. What exactly is this? What are you going to channel the sun into me? Okay. Wait a minute, what is this? I didn't even see this. Bro, that's a tank. That's actually just a tank. That's 100% just a tank. Okay. All right, boys, you heard Grimgore. Catapults are going to sit on the hill here. Main army is just going to run it straight down at the opposition. And I have a flanking team on the far right with our 2 black orcs on Boarback. With the orc boys on Boarback, they're going to head into the trees and hopefully flank around this way. However, if that tank's in the tree line, they're going to see me coming. So it might be Daryl. Let's find out. I'm going to get them in the trees immediately. I also do have a hot group for those guys just in case. We're going to move our army down, but in a position where they can still cover our catapults. And then Grimgore is going to move right down with that as well. Now that they're in the trees, I'm going to really start to head for the back. So we have a steam tank, a luminarch of a magical chariot. Cool. I don't want to advance too fast. And I imagine we don't trade well into a tank. In fact, I don't think I'm going to have too many units that trade well into a tank. Our catapults are in range, and as you can see, they've already made one of the group of spearmen flee this battle. We're going to target them on the next group now. I really like our positioning here, but we are starting to get sieged from their range, so let's hit the steam tank. We may not be able to do much to it, but the boars are going in, and that means they're going to need backup. So we are also advancing with our black orcs as well. And I think Grimgore's going to head straight for the enemy leader right now. We have been spotted over here. Let's get on that steam tank, though. It's being forced to drive away, and we have dwarves coming in to help. I'm going to pause it here. These dwarves also have some helicopters that they're going to be sending in. These things can do bombing runs. We actually do need to be careful with that. Also, I'm seeing a couple catapults. placed here in the back that already have targets. So this isn't working for me. We're going to use our long-ranged artillery to hit the dwarves now, I'm thinking. In fact, if I could take out their artillery, I'd be very, very pleased with that. They have grudge throwers. Yeah, we definitely need to kill those. My boars are not going to be able to get on top of that quickly unless we call them back here. But, I mean, they've already disrupted the line. Maybe we do send them straight to the back at this point. Send the black orcs up to hit the line. And maybe that'll be enough to sway this into our favor. I didn't even see this guy moving through there. Yeah, very eager, I would say. They have a horseback guy moving in. Grimgore's going to keep going for the main army, and I'm just going to select all of my archers. Have them start grouping up and getting ready to take down the helicopters. And while we're doing that, let's move this orc to the left side to cover my archer line, just in case they try to push up towards it really quickly. Those helicopters are moving faster than I thought, and I thought they were going to move pretty quick. So let's just make sure they are being targeted and then get back down here on the ground. Huge spell goes out, massive AoE hitting a lot of my army. Let's make sure the boars are moving the way I want them to. So far, they are not. Catapults are firing into this. I want them to fire to the left instead. And here we go. Those helicopters are in range. They're starting to get some sticks thrown at them. Are the sticks going to be good enough to deal damage? We shall see. My black orcs are getting bombed as the plane flies over, but we have more reinforcements on the way here as well. Enemy leader hasn't even met Grimgore in battle yet and is already at half health as the black orcs overcome them. The boars have broken from battle. I'm going to use this opportunity to get them on that back line as fast as I can. The archers are actually making super quick work of these helicopters. One already fleeing, the other one is in range, and hopefully we'll get it to flee soon as well. These are just orc miners, so they're relatively low tier units. The quarrelers in the back, I might be tier 2, they might be tier 1 as well. Rather than stacking up all on one catapult, I think that'll be plenty. I'm going to send the rest of the units towards these archers on the back line. The Empire is running away. The tank doesn't seem to be holding on too well. And I'm going to send Grimgore towards the enemy dwarf. But with the way this is looking, I don't think he's going to get too much time to actually fight our short little friend over here. He's not running away just yet. Let's get these black orcs on him that we're starting to run by. We have this guy tied up now, and Grimgore is coming over the hill. Now, if we win this battle, we get Grimgore's weapon. And it is a very, very strong piece of gear. Oh, they are dying off too quickly. Everyone's running. Wait a minute. You're supposed to be dwarves. What are you afraid of? Well, well. Actually, that was not very hard. Ran over that. I didn't even have my banners equipped. Let me equip these. With that, we got $3,800. We are going to eat the captives just to make sure that we are healed up. Because we did that battle, we should get some extra casualty replenishment as well. Dude, Grimgore's literally full health. The whole army's full health. Although sometimes that's a little weird because I did make the main health bars yellow. It's easier for me to see. The regen bar is also yellow. I should probably change that color. But there we go. Weapon gained. Get snick. Income from post-battle loot increased by 10%. That's already huge. We've been fighting the bank since the beginning of this campaign. Armies are not cheap. We're going to get less corruption in every province. Recruitment costs reduced for Grimgore, and that's huge because my plan is after we kill off these Skaven again, I'm going to head home and recruit some of these brand new big units we have growing in here that we don't have any of yet. Better attacks, magical attacks means we can hit ghosts as well. Bonus versus large means I can walk right up to Kolick and it doesn't even matter. And it has an ability to increase our armor piercing damage and our weapon melee attack even more. Wow. I was clicking through my notifications. I usually just skip right through these. After I did that quest battle, I got a short victory achieved. Why didn't I already have that? Did I have to do the quest first? It doesn't say that in the conditions. I just owned all of these settlements already. I've definitely taken more than 30 settlements. We're at 58 total right now. Why did that just pop up? I mean, I'm not mad. We're recruiting better units, but just a little confused. I just kicked 3 of our lower tier units out of the army because we just unlocked new regiments of renown. The Rogue Idol, the Arachnid Queen, and the Crimson Killers are back. Dude, Grimgore's army is legitimately terrifying right now. Well, our army just did get a lot better, and we do have a brand new weapon. What if we did our other quest too?
Those Chaos Men have got some shiny stuff. Think they can keep it from us? This gets them meant to be hard. They got squiffy gods that'll turn them into gribbly monsters if they're not. So, we're gonna have a good scrap. The Northern Yumis better not disappoint. What's more, they're all in a load of shiny stuff back from the big-hatted stunties. They think they can keep it from us? I want it all. Go get 'em, lads!
Well, well, well. If it wasn't my favorite game already, we get to take it to the Chaos Wastes again. They did bring some of their unbreakable cannons, which are going to be firing a lot of damage across the battlefield. But other than that, this army doesn't look too scary. Just a bunch of tier 1 melee units over here, as well as their leadership. It looks like they have a wizard and their level 9 leader. Well, it's just axes. We should trade favorably with a lot of our army into axes. Ooh, never mind. Not our orc boar boys. They don't do that well at all, actually. But let's not forget, we brought some pretty big units, too. I think it might be possible to do something like this. These are all of my Black Orc units in one square, sitting behind some debris. The idea being this is a cannon, it needs direct line of fire. I think that would actually protect them there, as long as they don't move too much. My plan, I think, will go okay, hopefully. I'm gonna kind of use that same idea, but do it at a bigger distance. I want to use this debris to block most of my army, and then have my catapults shoot under it. To facilitate that, we do have a pretty good setup, I think. If I just select my main army, we can advance them forward in this direction. And as long as they're within this line of sight, they should be good. Meanwhile, we have a flanking army that is going to kind of lead the charge and just try to wrap around the cannon anyway. Kind of hedge our bets. Make sure we get that thing down. Grimgore is going to move straight up the hill directly towards the enemy commander to draw fire as well. I don't even think he will feel it at this point. With any luck, we can keep the main army out of fire for long enough and flank up onto that hill. And if we can get in close enough, we have a few surprises for them. All right, the flanking team is actually making great progress here. Their scatter units are reforming and rejoining the main host. Okay, so we are getting reinforcements to the east right now before we even clash. I'm going to pause and see what they are. Oh, we can't. We don't have line of sight. Okay. Well, let's stick with the plan. Let's stick with the plan. The spider has almost made it to the tree and was not fired upon, so that's working great so far. My catapults are still working on getting into position. Grimgore, I want you to move straight for that army right now, and our flanking team is going to start to move around from behind. Now, the only ranged units they have are these cannons, and they're currently retreating. So we are actually... Wait, we're in line of fire now. Let me fall back. They turn towards me. That could be bad. I want them on Grimgore. It looks like the entirety of the army is setting up to just protect those cannons at the moment, which isn't too surprising. Those reinforcements from the east are starting to crest the hill right now. Looks like mounted infantry or mounted calves. We're still okay with that. Let me pause. I'm going to rotate my army around a little bit. Okay, Grimgore is moving to the right with 2 of our Black Orc infantries. They're just going to absorb these guys if they charge in. Everyone else is getting into position to push up this hill and gain ground on these guys on the western side. Now that they have kind of planted their feet, I'm going to send the flanking team in far to the back, so they have to turn around. Whoa! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's bad! Pull it back! Pull it back! Pull it back! Pull it back! We got to get these guys down. My rogue idol is within range. We have flanking cabs that I didn't even know existed heading towards my catapults. All right, Grimgore's going in. That's it. That's it. We got to get them off of me. Let's do it. Everyone advance. This is the position they're taking up. Flanking team still has time to get into their position. And hopefully I don't lose all of my catapults here. That would be very, very bad. I do think we are wrapping around these guys okay. We might be able to stop them from charging into any more units. They kind of absorb them. Yeah, a little bit. Oh, there's that rogue idol ranged attack. Well, Grimgore is on the march, heading straight for the leader. They're starting to adjust their line for the flank, which is what I wanted. I'm still going to try to sneak them by there. Wait a minute. More reinforcements coming in from the side. Keep flanking. This is fine. You 3 get this. You get this. Protect the archers. This was dealt with no problem in the back. In fact, they are already breaking. So let's reform up on the right and continue to push in there. We'll just surround these guys with our flanking team. The cannons aren't facing me here, so we're okay. The cannons, in fact, are aimed exactly where I wanted them to be. As Grimgore takes the brunt of the punishment, the rest of our forces will start to push in on the left side as well as he brawls on the right. His leadership is getting a little low. We're going to increase his armor. I can do that, right? Maybe that's just a leadership thing. We also have regeneration. Okay, Grimgore's in melee range now. We can see just how strong his new weapon is. If he starts swinging it, he gets even more armor piercing damage, but now that I say that, I realize those guys don't even have armor to pierce. Our flanking team should be able to break through now and hopefully start to gain ground on these cannons that are dealing a lot of damage. Meanwhile, the rest of our army is still trying to form up. These arachnids need to get in here. I believe I just heard another horn. There might be more reinforcements coming our way. We do have the cannons' attention. Grimgore is in there swinging, but he's actually not feeling too optimistic about the outcome at the moment, is he? The flankers are in position, but enemy leadership has come back to deal damage to them. I'm going to send one of our leaders towards the enemy leader and leave another one just to tie up these axes over here. These spiders can also summon in more reinforcements, so I'm just going to do that right now. Put some dudes on top of these axe guys to keep them tied up as well. And that might actually help us tear off some of our flanking team. Grimgore now surrounded on all sides as his units are coming to his aid. Will he be able to hold? Well, if he does, he gets a new piece of armor, so we need to make sure that he can. We're going to give ourselves a leadership buff right now. I don't think we need to use a potion or anything just yet. And there really isn't anything that I can actively debuff right now either. I'm just going to have him keep swinging. Once he hits about half health, we will definitely make sure that he is taken care of. Our catapults are marching forward, which was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. They actually abandoned their weaponry down here. My bad, guys. I didn't notice that. I don't want you taking any damage, though. You are not pushing up. We're going to be just fine with just this. Well, our Black Orcs are heading towards the enemy opposition. The leader of these Chaos Warriors is just standing at the top of this hill watching all of this carnage approach him. I'm going to send our Arachnid towards him as well as our archers. Grimgore is going to use his health potion now, and you will see that he really hasn't taken barely a scratch in here. It's been totally fine. The rogue idol is coming up the hill, and it looks like we have a ranged attack about to come our way. Yes, indeed. And it lands directly on one of the mounted units that this enemy faction has. As these Black Orcs are coming in for this surround, we're going to deal bonus damage to the backs of all these marauders. So Grimgore has officially taken attention for as long as he needed to. He's right back to full health. The enemy leader is running away in terror. That is one of the benefits of this gigantic spider. It can cause even the bravest units to flee. And that's another victory for Grimgore. And with that quest done, we have obtained the blood-forged armor. Even though we are just steps away from another Skaven ruin, it might be enough to keep us safe. It's going to give us more armor. If the enemies try to assassinate me or break my stuff, they're going to have a worse chance of doing that. Melee defense is going up. Ward save is going up. I believe that protects me from magic, right? And we gain the blood-forged armor ability. Explosion does not affect friendly troops. Does it just do damage around me and increase my armor? Grimgore, you're looking good, my dude. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. Yes, it was a short one, but those battles were pivotal in our future success. And I'm about to run over a lot of rats in Friday's episode. Thank you guys for being here. Hope to see you again soon. Take care. Goodbye.